want to begin with a moment that nearly every self-publishing author goes through. After months of work, you release your book, upload it to Amazon, check your KDP dashboard, and wait. Hours pass, then a day, sometimes even a week. Sales are slow or hardly moving. Then a thought starts to creep in. Maybe this isn't working. Maybe the book wasn't good enough, or the cover didn't work. Maybe you chose the wrong genre or believe self-publishing only works for others. But here's something I've learned over time. Slow growth in self-publishing isn't a sign that something's wrong. In fact, slow growth is often what a healthy publishing career looks like in the beginning. Authors who understand this early avoid one of the industry's biggest traps. The real danger isn't slow growth. It's quitting before your growth has a chance to build. Most authors begin self-publishing with expectations shaped by stories of overnight success. You hear about a book launch that tops charts, another author making thousands in a month, or a book that suddenly takes off with ads. These stories are exciting, but they can be misleading. You rarely hear about authors who build careers slowly, publishing several books before gaining an audience, or having quiet launches that slowly built momentum. That slower path is exactly much more common. But because those stories are less dramatic, they don't spread as much online. This sets up a risky comparison trap. An author releases their first or second book, compares the results to someone else's highlights, and thinks something must be wrong. In reality, nothing's wrong at all. They're simply in the early stage of a process that builds over time. Self-publishing growth often begins in ways that are difficult to see. You might publish your first book and sell just a few copies. Some readers find it through Amazon search or a recommendation. Some of those readers enjoy the book enough to check your author page. Maybe they join your email list, leave a review, or simply remember you for later. By the numbers, that might seem insignificant. But from a publishing perspective, something important just happened. Your first readers found you. Those readers are the beginning of something much larger. When your second book comes out, some of those readers return. When your third book is released, the group grows a little more. Each book becomes another way for readers to discover your work. Over time, those doorways create a network of discovery that begins feeding itself. But in the early months, that system is still coming together. That's why the growth feels slow. One of the biggest advantages indie authors have is the ability to build a backlist. A backlist is just your collection of published books, but its importance is often overlooked. Each book you publish becomes a permanent entry point for new readers. Imagine someone finds your work 2 years from now. If you only have one book, they finish the story and move on. But if you have a catalog of 5 or 10 books, the reader has multiple options. They can finish one story, then explore your other titles, revisit their favorite characters, or jump into a different series, all within your published works. Now, readers can move between books, join your list, or become loyal fans. That transformation from casual readers to loyal fan rarely happens with a single book. It happens when your catalog is big enough for readers to explore more deeply, and that takes time. So here's an easy scenario that happens all the time in indie publishing. An author publishes their first novel. Sales are slow. They feel discouraged, but they keep writing. 6 months later, they release a second book. The first book starts getting a few more sales because readers now have something else to explore. Then the third book arrives. Then something happens. Readers who find the third book starts reading the earlier ones. The earlier books begin to sell more steadily because the catalog now feels like a real body of work. Momentum builds. From the outside, it might seem like the third book was the breakthrough, but really, The first two books were laying the foundation. Without them, the third book wouldn't have the same impact. That's why slow growth is often a sign of something healthy. It means you're building the system piece by piece. Enjoying the video? Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more. And if you want to stay updated, turn on notifications so you never miss a new video. One of the saddest patterns in self-publishing is how often authors stop just before things start working. The early stage of a publishing career is full of uncertainty. You're learning to write faster. You're experimenting with covers and genres. You're figuring out how readers respond to your stories. At the same time, your audience is still coming together. Because of this, your first few books often feel more like experiments. But experiments are part of the process. Think about any long-term craft. A musician doesn't expect tours from their first songs. Filmmakers don't expect Oscars with their first short. Yet, many authors expect instant success from their earlier books. When that success doesn't show up quickly, they assume the whole project failed. In reality, they're still learning. One of the most powerful things in publishing is consistency. Every book you publish expands your reach a little. Every reader who enjoys your work increases the likelihood that your next release will do better. Over time, those small improvements add up. Your backlist and email lists grow. Reviews add up. Readers start recommending your books to others. This process rarely happens overnight, but once it gains momentum, it becomes very powerful. Many authors who seem successful today spent years quietly building that foundation. Their growth was slow at first, then one day it looked fast. Slow growth also gives authors something extremely valuable: feedback. When you publish a book and see how readers respond, you learn what works and what needs to change. You might update the cover, improve the description, or target a better niche. These discoveries help you refine your approach. Instead of guessing, you start making decisions based on experience. Over time, those decisions become clearer and more confident. This is how authors slowly become publishers. If you're feeling stuck or not sure how to get your book published, I offer personalized coaching to guide you step by step, from first draft to hitting publish. Whether you're just starting or ready to release your book, I'll help you move forward with confidence. Check out the link in the description below. Writers often focus on finishing the next manuscript. Publishers focus on building a sustainable ecosystem. A publisher asks different questions. How does this book lead readers to the next one? How does my series encourage people to keep reading? How does my backlist help future launches? These questions shift your attention away from short-term sale numbers and towards long-term strategy. When your strategy is about growth rather than quick wins, the pressure of slow starts fade away. You understand that each book adds to something bigger. There's another aspect of slow growth that rarely gets discussed: confidence. When success arrives instantly, it can feel fragile. You might wonder if the next book will perform the same way. But when success grows gradually, something different happens. You start trusting your process. You see skill improvement, growing readership, and a stronger system with each book. That confidence becomes very important during tough times, because publishing is a long journey. Some launches will do better than others. Some marketing ideas will fail. Some books will surprise you. But when you focus on steady growth, those ups and downs don't feel so overwhelming. They simply become part of the process. Most authors start writing because they love telling stories or sharing ideas. But if you want writing to become a long-term career, the goal changes a bit. The goal becomes building something sustainable. A sustainable publishing career is not built on one successful book. It's built on a body of work supported by readers who trust your voice. That trust grows slowly. Every book you publish strengthens that connection. Every reader who comes back strengthens your foundation. Eventually, that foundation gives you the creative freedom many authors dream about. That freedom means writing what you want, publishing on your own schedule, and owning your career. But that freedom almost always starts with slow growth. If your publishing journey feels slow right now, it doesn't mean you're failing. It often means you're still in the early stage of a system that builds over time. Your first readers are discovering you. Your backlist is forming. Your skills as a writer and publisher are improving. These are the invisible steps that lead to real results later. Instead of measuring success by short-term spikes, focus on steady progress. Keep writing, keep publishing, keep learning. If you want to learn one of the most important signs that your publishing career is really growing, then check out this video where I share the one metric I watch instead of sales. It will show you the number that reveals real progress long before your sales catch up. Click on it now, and I'll see you there.